today, it's like I took like a nice like stroll down memory lane because I like did a little package deal where I was selling all my bi scenes. Bi scenes meaning you know, me and two men that were I'm like making a motion.
Like in addition to high-fiving each other while they Eiffel tell you, they're also making out with each other.
Yes. Oh, fucking each other.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is a beautiful thing.
Well, if they're fucking you, they can't be fucking each other in that very moment.
No, but it was like...
You're saying there's a lot of swapping and switching and flipping and all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody's fucking everybody.
Everybody's fucking everybody.
And everyone's getting fucked?
Well, you know, I've done I guess a different amount of combinations.
It's a spectrum. There's a lot of different. It's like, you know, when you make Transformers or like, you know, you're creating like a hobby kit. You can customize it in different ways. You can paint different things. You can like, you know, do what you want to do within this big beautiful sphere. Yes. This big umbrella of hot sexiness where everyone gets something and everybody's down.
Yeah, and it was a couple years ago. Where I guess I was in a bisexual threesome for the first time on camera 4 years ago now. Anyway,
with two
time
men,
flies when you're having yes.
Because you've been.
I know. I've been in many with two girls.
Well, and if the two girls are fucking,
I know.
is that not also a bisexual threesome?
You know.
Sounds a little sexist to me. Sounds a little sexist to me,
but
Joanna.
That's just. When I think of bisexual threesome, I think of two men, you know, getting it on with each other. Like what threesome with I don't know. That's what, and I think that's what's the typical porn category. So that's what comes to mind.
Fair.
And I guess it's less common. I didn't mean to get into this like deep discussion of what's bi and what isn't bi, and that's not my place to say, you know, but like, I think if you're a girl, never mind. We don't get to, it doesn't matter.
If we want to break it down,
typically when I think of someone bisexual, I think of a man that likes both men and women. I guess I just assume at this point.
What do you call a woman who likes both men and women? A
woman? I don't know. Like, I'm just like assume like what girl is not into girls a little bit. Like, I feel like that it is so strange to me if I ever meet a woman that is like not attracted to women at all.
They're out there. They exist.
Where? And I
on Earth.
Want to know where
outside
they are.
Of pornography.
I want to know where they are so I can have nothing to do.
I actually know.
Sorry.
I actually know for a fact a few famous porn stars who are not into women. They may be doing it on camera,
right?
But they don't. They're not. It's not really their jam.
Right. It's not.
So they exist.
It's not what they think about.
Don't you shame people.
Okay. It's not what they think about when they masturbate, but they're also not utterly like disgusted by it the way a man would be disgusted by you know, it's not like the day where they're like, they do a girl scene. They're like, ugh, or maybe they are. I don't really know. Maybe there's certain girls like that, and I can't speak for anyone else.
It seems like, Joanna, that what's a better way to sum this up is you surround yourself with women who love women. I
live in a world where every woman wants to fuck another woman at some point in time. Smart. I live in a world where that is just a fact, and because of that fact, and I'm not saying that I'm right, I'm just saying I exist in a fantasy world where every woman is attracted to other women, whether they're in a relationship with a woman, whether they've ever acted on that fantasy. Anyone can label themselves however they want. But I was all I'm saying is the first time I did have sex with two men, and those two men also had sex with each other, it was fucking awesome. And that's what I wanted to say. And, you know, and I am a person who, you know, my whole porn career, I'd done a lot of scenes with multiple men, with 2 guys, with 3 guys, with 5 guys, 8 guys. I guess 8 was the most. So it's very common for me to be around a whole bunch of penises you know, but it was not common to see those penises, you know, interact with each other in a close, intimate way. Or it was normal, you know, or it was common to me to have a lot of male bodies around me, very sweaty, you know, and fucking,
but they weren't. Is on you.
Yeah, it was men fucking.
Where now you might be in the middle of like a sandwich, and they're focused on each other, and you're kind of just like having a good time.
And I have to say, I will remember the first time, you know, like I'm so used to like when there's a scene and there's, you know, I'm in between two men. You know, it's like blah, 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 blah. I like, you know, put my hand on one, put my hand on the other, and like, you know, and then I go down to my knees and I start sucking both their dicks. And I just remember the moment when, I had like two men, you know, I was in between two men, and then like I got down on my knees, and then the other guy got down with me, and I get to like suck dick with him. And it was like, I don't know, it was like, it was very, I was like, oh. And then I was like, this actually makes like so much sense. You know?
Was he like, did he just tap you on the shoulder and be like, is there room for one more down here?
I mean, no, it just naturally happened. It was like, okay, you're going down to suck dick. I'm coming down to suck dick with you. And it's just like being able to suck dick with another man was like such a beautiful experience. I don't know. And it just made like so much sense. And then I actually remember the next time that I did a scene with two men who weren't fucking each other. It's like, why are you guys fucking each other? Come on.
You got
it's like it's so close.
The bar had been raised.
Yeah, and I just feel like every scene, whether it's like a DP or a boy girl or a gangbang or whatever, you know, I feel like, and you would, you know from experience, like every configuration that you put yourself in, there's always this concerted effort of like, how can we get all these men close together, but not fucking, you know? So here it was like, all right, well now it just, anyone can do anything.
It's like one more turn of the dial.
It's like it completed the circle.
That's fair.
You know? It's like...
Brian, have you ever been in a threesome with another man?
I have not.
You ever been in a threesome?
I have.
Okay. So we're establishing that.
Right.
As someone who's been in a lot of threesomes with two men and a girl in between us.
Right.
I totally
very famously with your friend Owen.
Yeah, well, and I've done
many other guys.
I've done
gangbangs,
so many
DPs.
There is always kind of a bit of like a, what's the word? It's kind of funny. You know, like you know, a girl would be down and, you know, sucking both cocks, both of them in their mouth. You know, our dicks are literally rubbing against each other inside of one mouth. And a lot of the times you're that close for balance purposes. We got our arm around each other, you know, just so we're, you know, we keep our wieners kind of close together. And at some point, sometimes I even think, I'm like, man, maybe like, should we just fuck? Like, this is like right. We're already there. Like, you know, whatever. but as a non-homophobic straight man, I think it's a beautiful thing when men can sort of put their toxic, or just put their fucking masculinity aside and just be down to get weird and have fun. And it doesn't even mean that you're gonna like suck a dick or get fucked or whatever, but like just being in proximity in a sexual situation with another man is not anything. I think it's like fucking rad, especially if the people are all on the same rhythm, the same page, and it can lead to some really freaky, awesome sex.
Yes. No, Dad, nobody says that anymore.
Again, you coined the term.
I know, but like it's a term that I think I said privately, and I don't know if it was meant to come.
You weren't willing to give that part of our intimate lives up. Sorry, babe. My bad.
Yeah. Well, you've never sucked a dick.
I have not.
You have stroked a dick a little bit. Like half.
Well, my whole life.
Well, yeah, yours. No, another.
Well, that was a woman. Yeah, that was a trans woman.
Yeah,
I did a movie with a very beautiful trans woman named Aubrey Kate, who we all love. I think that movie won an award too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you guys have won several awards with each other,
I mean, it was there. Why not?
I know. Fun, you know? I remember because I mean I was directing it when the movie. You were. I was directing it when you
Brian,
guys.
Brian, how do you feel about this? My wife is directing. Oh, there she is. There's Aubrey. Yeah. So here, let me kick you the scenario. So hot, we're in a strip club set, and we're fucking. Joanna's directing. The camera people are there, and actually, that was the first time on camera, or actually in real life, or in in any context that I had ever like touched another human's penis in a sexual way.
Right.
And all I could think about, like, so I'm fucking her in the ass on the stripper pole, and I'm like reach around. I start jerking her off, and all I can think about is like, I hope, like, I should know how to do this right, because I've touched my own dick like 10 trillion times, and I was like, I want to do a good job, like let me see if, like, am I, and then but then sometimes I was like looking at her like is this right?
Yeah.
And good times.
Well, I remember
we love you, Aubrey.
Yeah, we love you. I know we should have her on the show sometime when we start to have guests. But I remember when I was, directing that scene, I remember you guys were talking before the scene, and I believe, it was the first time you were going to be having sex with a trans woman. And she was saying something to you. I don't want to quote her exactly, like, you don't, something along the lines of like, you don't have to touch my dick or something. And you were, it was something, I don't know. And then,
everyone's an individual. Everyone has what they like, don't like. They have their boundaries.
Yeah. When you guys were having your
trans women are no different. They are individuals who have boundaries, and they have likes and dislikes. And I've gotten to understand that some trans women don't want their dick paid attention to.
Yes.
And then some do. And you just got to figure out who's who.
Right.
And, in that moment, I guess I took a little bit of a risk.
Yeah,
because I didn't want to offend her. I just was like, this seems like this is already hot. What can we do to make this hotter? And I just kind of went for it. And then she kind of smiled at me, and I was like, okay,
yeah. And I remember being in the director chair, and I was like, yay! Like it was. I could sense that it was like you were like turned on, and you wanted to do it, and because it was before the scene, it was like we weren't sure. Anyway, whatever. I don't know. I don't want to speak for you. Anyway, that was good times. Yeah.
But no, I've never sucked a dick.
You've never sucked a dick.
And I've never had a dick enter any orifice of mine.
You have made out with Owen Gray. And that was it. Yeah, I know. Making out, that's very different. I know.
Like, after you've done like 1,000 gangbangs and literally slid to your dick inside an asshole, and another dick slides in, and it's like your buddy, making out is like bumping elbows or something at that point. That's just like fun. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't seem like it's in the cards.
I'm very comfortable with myself.
I know you're very comfortable with yourself. And when people, I mean, of course, every time I've done a bi scene, when I message one of the guys and be like, hey, like, I want to do a bi scene with you. And they're like, they always say, is the other guy Aaron? I'm like, I'm sorry.
Ooh,
I'm sorry. No. Well, I'm like, I would, you start a scene with one guy and, whatever. And I'd be like, oh, what other guys are you comfortable, working with? And they'd be like, can Aaron do it? I'd say no. Maybe. So,
the forbidden fruit.
I know. And I know if you were into it, you would do it.
No, and that's the thing. I
mean, you don't have to explain.
I very comfortably and confidently do the things I do because I want to do them. No one forces me to do them. I'm not doing it for clout. I'm not, I'm just who I am.
You do it. And what gives you a boner?
Well, just I do what I want to do.
You do what you want to do.
I do what I want to do. And that being said, I'm also very confident and comfortable in stating what I don't want to do and what I'm not into. And so for me, I think, everyone has a level of fluidity to them and their sexuality, and it's a spectrum. It's massive. So, every individual, I think, would be in a better place sexually if they would just kind of allow themselves to truly do what they want or don't want to do. And sometimes that may be, by like an old school definition, being completely straight. That may be gay, that may be queer, that may be bi, that may be, you know, different things on different days of the week. Who knows? And I think that if I can give anything if I can do some good in this world, it's to show, you know, traditionally straight men out there that you can kind of, like, you don't have to be so uptight. You don't have to be so phobic of things. You don't have to be like afraid. Like, what are you afraid of?
Yeah,
like,
no.
You know, like, it's not like, just have a good time and explore yourself, and you'll probably have better sexual experiences along the way.
Yeah. Yeah. But with that said, I don't know if in our lifetime I will get to suck a dick with you.
No, you won't. I'm just putting that out there on the record. It's just not my thing.
And I am a little upset about that. No, I'm not upset about that. Okay, I'm a little upset about that.
We have but hey, we've eaten out vaginas together.
We have eaten
We've
out
gone
vaginas
down
together.
on people
I
together.
know.
We've licked girls' buttholes together.
Maybe when you're like 80.
Okay, I just gave a very heartfelt speech about how, like, I don't do it for clout or for any other reason.
I know, but you never know. I mean, you've probably done things in the last, like, few years that you didn't.
That's also fair.
So
fair.
You don't know how you're
this journey
feel.
of life. You know, you can feel one way a certain day and feel something else down the road. So
yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes
never say never.
Never say never. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. So anyway, happy Pride Month, everyone.
Happy fucking Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. And there's definitely a lot going on in New York City. So we should...
Does New York have a... Okay, so I'm from San Diego, and one of my favorite times of the year is Pride in San Diego, because they have a huge parade. The streets are closed down. It's a fucking block party to the max.
Yeah.
It is so much fun. I've been going to San Diego Pride since I was fucking, I don't know, 18, 19 or whatever it was. And do they have a parade here? That's what I want.
I know.
What I want is the parade.
And I feel really dumb for not even knowing if there's...
Are you asking if there's a New York Pride parade?
Well, is there an actual parade? Because last year, everything I went to was like a party. But like, is there an actual parade?
Yes.
I mean, yes. That was a dumb question. Well, I remember, I didn't live in New York for
Brian,
a while. I guess I have never gone to the official New York Pride parade. But yes, I remember we went to the one in San Diego. I've been to the LA one several times. And, last year was the first year I was back in New York. And it was actually during your birthday. Anyway, I remember I went to a bunch of parties and stuff, but, Well,
before the show ends, at some point, Brian, if you have a minute and you want to find the info on it, unless it's passed already, I would love to attend.
No, it's sometime this month.
Okay. Well, then
what is the actual date of the parade?
Sunday, June 25th.
Okay.
That is
That's
fucking
your birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay, now we know what we're doing
41,
on your birthday.
I turned 44. Oh, God. I can't even say it. It sounds so gross.
Christina Aguilera announced as the headliner.
Oh, hell
All right,
yeah.
well, it sounds like we're going to the parade.
If everyone wants to join me for my 41st birthday at New York Pride on June 25th, I will fucking be there. We should shoot a show.
I have... it seems like all my friends in New York, they never know when daytime activities are going on. And I like daytime activities, and I actually remember last year being like, is there a parade? Where do the gay families go? I don't have the energy to go to a nightclub, Mm-hmm. I mean, I could do one.
But
let's go to the. We're going
Crisis
to the parade.
Averted. There's a parade.
Yeah,
we will be there.
We're going for your birthday.
Pride
And
it's pretty wild around here. Hold on, Aaron. I got you.
Hell yeah.
Okay. And we were actually talking about we weren't sure what to do for your birthday.
Yeah, no, we did not know what to do for my birthday, and now we very much know what to do.
Yeah. We have plans.
Love it.
We have plans. Yeah.
All right.
Yep. So now that is all discussed. So we have an email. Did anyone actually send us an email? I'm kind of curious.
Let me check.
Let's check. Did anyone send us an email? So
while we're waiting on that, if you're listening and you have a question for me, for Joanna, for both of us, if you have a question for Brian, who knows, you can send an email to justthetipsxo@gmail.com. And who knows, maybe if you're lucky, we will pull your question and answer it.
Mm-hmm. Do we have any questions? I I mean, there were some questions that I can pull up.
You can also hit us up on the show's Twitter, which I believe, Brian, is Just the Tips Pod.
It is Just the Tips Pod on Twitter.
Got you. So on Twitter, Just the Tips Pod, or you can send an email to justthetipsxo@gmail.com. Hit us with your burning questions. And no question is too small. No question is too big.
Yeah, I always say there is no such thing as stupid questions, only stupid people with questions. That's what I always say. Nobody probably, I mean, we only posted the email like yesterday, so I don't know if it was just too soon.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. I'm going to show you one of the emails we got today.
Oh.
I'm going to hide the sender because...
Got you.
Oh, I thought I had to go through my Instagram. We got an email. Should we frame our first email?
Well, I don't
look at it first, Joanna.
Oh, what does it say? Hi.
That's a
really good question.
It looks like someone was like jerking off, and right as they came, they just like slapped a bunch of keys.
Is that our only question?
It is the only email that I have in the email.
Wow. Well, should we print that out and frame it as our very first question?
Well, it's not even a question, because out of all the keys that person managed to hit, the question mark key was not one. So
it was a statement.
It was a statement more than a question in a language that we don't understand.
Okay. Well, I have some questions from Instagram. And there's a handful of questions. Some dumb ones and some,
Why don't you hit us with a not dumb one?
No, let's do a dumb one.
Even though you just said
had a very
no
serious, like we just talked about a lot of serious things. Maybe, we can go through some fast ones. One is, are you horny right now?
No.
Yes.
Brian?
Not particularly.
God damn it. I'm the only horny one here. Okay. Another great question I have. Why do I like cocaine? That's the question.
Wait, are they asking themselves?
No, they're asking us.
Well, I've never done...
I said, does anyone have a question for me and Small Hands? And somebody said, why do I like cocaine? And I can tell
Why do you like cocaine,
Because
Joanna?
Cocaine is awesome. That's why you like it.
Well, I mean, this may come as a shock to some, but I've never done cocaine.
Okay, cocaine is not
in my life.
Awesome.
Like not even once. Brian, what about you? Weigh in on this.
I am allergic.
Wait, you're allergic?
And this all right, I'm making that up kinda, but I've done it maybe like twice when I was in a real pliable state in the night. And I always get like a week-long sinus infection. So I'll just never do it because it's not fun.
It helps the sinus infection if you just do more cocaine.
That's what I've heard, but I'm not willing.
No,
I'm not willing to spend money on it.
I understand. And I used to do a lot of cocaine, like all the time.
Week?
No, I did not do any last week.
I know. I'm just fucking with you.
I maybe do cocaine like once a year now. And I regret it the next day when I do it. So,
well, the question was,
why do I like cocaine?
Because it's awesome.
It's awesome. It's very addictive.
And I've never done it ever. And this is the kind of quality advice you get on Just the Tips.
I'm not saying you should do cocaine. I'm just, why do you like it? It makes you feel good, That's
fucking smart.
You have, you can stay up all night and have great conversations with people.
Not all night. No. It's about 20 minutes from what I've seen.
It is true. Yeah, I guess you have to keep going and do more.
From what I understand, it's all a matter of how much you have, Aaron.
Touche. And being the person who has no experience, I guess I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing.
Yeah. I used to do a lot of cocaine. I don't really do it anymore. I might do it once a year and then I regret it the next day. However, it's been like a year and a half, I think. No, just kidding.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I did
it. Do I even want to know?
I did it all the time for a while. And then I did not do it at all for like 10 years.
When I met you...
when I met you, it had been a very long time since I did it. Because, when you do it all the time, you have to... stop. It's not something you can continue to do all the time. It's not a good thing to do all the time.
Hear that? You hear that, everyone? Doing coke all the time is not sustainable.
To do all the time. I actually remember, this shows how lame I am, or I don't know how little cocaine I do. I actually remember, I remember I did a small amount of cocaine. What was it? It was, remember we had a New Year's party at our house.
I do.
A New Year's party at our house, and it was...
that was a fun...
it was...
Back when we lived in Los Angeles.
Yeah, when we lived in Los Angeles, and it was New Year's on 2019. It was almost like we didn't know the world was going to end really soon. So it was like December 31st, 2019.
One of the last
hurrahs. To churn 2020. We were going into 2020. We had no idea what we were about to encounter. But anyway, somebody brought cocaine to the New Year's party.
Somebody. It was like her best friend who told her, I'm bringing this.
Anyway, I was like, all right. And at that point, I think it had been a year and a half or something. I don't even know. It had been a long time. I was like, I'm home. It's not like I have to go anywhere. I don't know. Whatever. It's New Year's Eve. Sure. I'll do a little bit of cocaine. At some point, my friend, left, and she actually left the bag of cocaine in the bathroom. We only did like a small amount, and then I guess she went somewhere else. And I told her, I was like, oh, you left your cocaine here. She was like, oh, just save it, like, whatever. Happy New Year, take it. And I was like, okay. Anyway, that bag of cocaine stayed in the bathroom. I think I maybe did like a little more that night anyway, but it stayed in the bathroom. And I actually remember, time went on. It was like inside of a drawer. And, during COVID, I did like a very big like house clean. So we're talking about later on during COVID, what was it, March, April or something, I was doing a house clean, and I was like, oh, wow, look at this bag of cocaine. I was like,
so what happened to the bag? Did it get consumed?
There was so much in it. And I was like, should I? And I'm like, oh, who wants to? No, I remember even asking you, I was like, should I do cocaine right now? I mean, the world is ending. Like, should I just do it? And then you were like, I don't know, do whatever you want. And I thought about it. I was like, well, this doesn't sound like fun, just doing it by myself at home and not going anywhere.
Does it go bad?
You know what? That's so funny, because then I think I did a very small amount and continued to clean the house all day and put it back where it was. And then like another 6 months later, I was doing another like house clean purge and found the bag again. And I was like, this is really lame that it has officially been like a year and there's still a bag of cocaine here. This is like
it's
a testament to how boring I am. But yeah, I remember actually thinking about that. I was like, maybe I should just like give this to someone else who like does.
So what happened to the bag? Because we moved. We're not in LA anymore. Is the bag still in the bathroom?
Is the bag,
is our tenant going to find a little stale Coke
And I did
bag?
think about it. I actually started Google searching like if cocaine went bad, and there was like a mixed amount of answers. I wound up
inconclusive.
I wound up throwing it away. Well,
that's a
that was a very
exciting end to the story.
Very exciting end of the story.
All right.
Yeah.
You get old, you throw drugs down the trash, and you let them hang out in the house for a while.
Yeah, I didn't want it anymore.
What's the next question?
Okay, what's the next question? Why do I like cocaine? Anyway, there you go. Well, you like cocaine because it's very addictive.
I believe the word you used was awesome.
Yeah.
Next question.
It can be awesome.
So I just Googled this. And experts on Cora, so real just rock solid research over here.
Yeah.
It says, depending on the adulterants, cocaine could lose 10 to 25% of its purity in 6 months.
Okay.
Interesting.
So it's like it goes back. I guess that's like other medicine, right? Like if you take like expired medicine,
like it might still work kind of, but not at its full potential.
So then you're just putting stuff up your nose for no reason at all, right?
Or a reason that has 20% less potency.
It's like swag. Right? That's do people still use that word for like weed that's like not very strong?
Swag is like the stuff you get at conventions, like at trade shows, like the swag bag.
No.
The free crappy visor and sunglasses.
What is like Fuck, what's the word?
At some point.
What's the word for shitty weed?
Shitty weed.
Yeah. No.
Dirt
there
weed,
was a name for
weed,
it. Forget
mid.
it.
All right, let's move on.
Did people call it swag at some point?
Not for a long time.
Everyone's going to think I'm really... No, but did they at one point, once upon a time?
I have heard people call it that.
Okay, right?
He's like, yeah, I've heard old people say
he's
that.
like, my grandmother. Okay. Let's, I want to fuck you. That's not a question.
Flattering, but not a question.
You're right.
I'm sure that was aimed at me.
Do either of you plan on retiring?
What does that word even mean anymore?
I know.
You know? Like,
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say no.
Yeah, short answer, no.
Right? No. And even if one day I stop doing porn, the porn I've made will exist on the internet forever, and there will be somebody new turning 18 every day and that porn will be new to them.
So in some ways you're going to live forever.
In some ways I'm going to live forever. I will be a whore forever, whether I am actively doing porn or not. So, yeah. And I've put a lot of work into a lot of the content I've made, and the whole purpose, you make your own content.
That's smart.
Oh,
I love this.
The whole point of making your own content is so it can continue to sell when you cannot, actively work anymore. And so it would be foolish of me to not sell that content for the rest of my life. Like every time I do a scene for my OnlyFans or, make content of my own, I'm like having sex and
it's
investing
like a band
in myself.
Who has a song. The song lives forever. The song can generate money forever. Some periods in society, the song may lose a little dip in popularity, and then a new group of people find it and it becomes popular again.
Right, but the song lives forever.
And your song is your fucking.
Yes.
Your fuck tapes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think
so. The answer is no. The answer is no to retirement.
I mean, I feel like people use the word retire for porn stars all the time. Like if there's a long period,
I think most people's definition of that with regards to porn is that you're not fucking anymore. We get it. You sell the scenes forever, yada, yada, yada.
I know.
But by a porno definition, retired means I don't fuck a bunch of other people anymore on camera.
Right. But if people are watching it, yeah, I'm just,
Well, that's the definition I'd say.
I'm never going to say never.
Yeah.
But I never want to use the word retire.
It's such a lame word because you don't okay, let's say you work a job and you don't work that job anymore because you don't have to, you're older, whatever.
Right, yeah.
You're still alive. You're still like doing shit ideally. Like even if I stop, doing porn, I'm not retired because I'm still going to do awesome shit. I'm still going to do something with myself with this.
Yeah, retired means like you're not doing shit anymore. You're sitting on the beach.
Like I don't dream of sitting on the beach like a freaking beached whale, like just like frying in the sun until I'm dead when I'm old. I want to like
really dark.
Well, no offense to anyone who does want to sit on the beach like a beached whale and just chill in the sun for like
the beach sounds nice.
I don't like that. I want to do things all the way up until like literally I'm just dead.
I used to always say that. The thought of not working really scared me.
I said do things, not working.
But the thought of like not working was like my biggest fear. And I used to always say like I never, want to actually retire. And that doesn't mean fucking, just in general, like not having a task would drive me crazy. And it's only as of recently I have learned to enjoy I've enjoyed doing nothing. Mm-hmm. But even when I'm doing nothing,
you're so full of shit. You have like 4 jobs.
I know.
You still are a big hoe. You work for Liquid Death.
I know. But when I have a free hour, I am fine. But I do remember when I, on one of my recent trips to Miami, I guess I went to Fort Lauderdale to visit a family member. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I went to a certain beach in Fort Lauderdale, and this happened to be like the retirement beach. Like I was the youngest.
Isn't all of Florida kind of?
Not all of Florida. I mean, Miami Beach is not retirement. There's many young people partying all day on, but then there's certain beaches that are, they're meant for the older people. Anyway, I was on this beach. I was definitely the youngest person there by like a good 30, 40 years. And all the older people were on the beach, drinking wine, like playing checkers. I mean, it was like 11 a.m. and they were like living their best lives, they were like out in the sun, playing cards on big blankets, all the ladies were drinking wine from the bottle, playing shuffleboard or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, and I just remember being like, oh, all right. That looks like fun.
So even though
I could do that when I'm their age, I could do it.
So you do want to retire?
I do want to retire one day. I mean, like when I'm like 80.
So the answer to the fans' question is no, but yes.
No, but yes.
Got it.
But even still, when I am 80, I hope that people are at home jerking off to my porn that I made in my younger years. So to me, that still doesn't mean... Joanna Angel never retires.
Ooh,
How
that's
about
a good way to put it. Good way to put it.
Joanna, I'm not going to say my real last name, even though it's really easy to find on the internet. Because Joanna's my real... Joanna
Angel is at 24-hour...
Never retiring.
7 days
Joanna
a week.
Angel lives forever.
365. The shit don't stop.
Yes. Joanna... The other Joanna with the last name that's not Angel retires at some point
and chills
on the beach,
ripping wine out the bottle, playing shuffleboard.
And I want to live half the year in New York and then the other half the year in Florida. That's it. That's what I want. Okay, nobody cares about that. Do we want to answer another question? Kiss me.
Not a question.
Yeah.
But thank you. I'm going to just actually...
What about you? Wait, do you ever plan on retiring?
No, I already...
You kind of answered
the question. I just answered that, too. Yeah. But sidebar, I'm going to take all of these non-questions that are sexual and just... I'm going to assume that they are all directed to me. None of them to you.
I have a shame bell as well, if you'd like me.
A what?
Shame.
So you want to kiss me? Thank you. Very flattering.
Okay. Well, I think we answered enough questions. Oh yeah, let's look at some news.
What's in the news, Brian?
What is in the news? Because this is a news show.
No, it's not a fucking news show.
It's a news show.
Oh my God. Okay.
This woman, they did an interview with this woman. She says that that her marriage is much better because her husband is telling her to cheat while he's out on the road. And then this article in The Sun says over 75% of people who cheat claim their affair improves their marriage. And I just wanted to get your guys' take on
that. Do both parties know? Is that like we both cheat and we like,
I mean,
we know we do?
I don't think that's cheating then.
Right, because if you know and you sort of give the green light to go fuck someone else, to me that's not cheating.
I think this survey was taken. I think every person they asked was a man who was cheating. It was like, oh yeah, it's great for the relationship. Or a person who's cheating. I just no, I don't think that cheating makes a relationship better. I think that cheating is wrong. And it does not, if cheating is making your relationship...
How would you define cheating?
Cheating is if you have a sexual relationship with someone else that your partner doesn't know about and is also not okay with. And the reason they don't know about it is because if you told them, they'd be mad.
Right. So even to strip it back further, would you agree and say that cheating at its core is two partners who have an agreement and someone breaks that agreement?
Yes.
And because it doesn't have to be sexual. There's a lot of people who slide into DMs, they do the texting thing and shit, and no one's having sex, but isn't that sort of, if it's deception and if you're
Exactly.
Sneaking
like
around.
If you watched the new episode, or if you watched an episode of Succession without me.
Not the...
If you did, I know that would be cheating
to
me. That is an agreement that we have. We do not watch Succession without each other. That is like something we do together. So we are always on the same episode. And if you broke that, that would be breaking a trust. And if you did it without telling me, and then we were like watching an episode and you just like I could tell that you had seen it before, I would not trust you. I would not be okay with this relationship. I would think we needed to either break up or get some major therapy, and I would have major trust issues for a long time.
All right.
So please do not watch Succession without me.
I have not broken that agreement.
Oh, I got really upset for a minute. I just thought of you watching an episode of Succession with someone else, and even alone. And that just really I went dark for a minute.
Okay.
Anyway, so no, I don't think that cheating makes a relationship better, and I think that cheating is when you do something behind your partner's back that your partner doesn't know about. And the reason they don't know about it is because if you told them about it, they would be mad at it. However, this might be unpopular. I think that if you cheat, the right thing to do is never tell them. Because I think it's fucked up if you do. A lot of people think...
More fucked up than the actual first, betrayal, which was the cheating? Interesting
that's the fucked up thing to begin with. Yeah, Joanna. I think it is fucked up because when you tell... When somebody finds out they've been cheated on, it's like a part of their soul goes away that they're never going to get back. And I think people who, admit the cheating... I mean, look, if you get caught, you get caught. You're not. There's nothing you could do at that point. But so let's say you don't get caught. You're
talking about a cheater who has not been caught.
A cheater who's not been caught,
and maybe doesn't want to cheat anymore. But you're saying rather than than say,
I think I'm sorry.
What you're saying is rather than sit your partner down and be like, I have to tell you this.
Right.
It's on my conscience.
Go fuck yourself.
I love you so much. You just need to know the truth. You're saying bottle that shit down, keep it inside, throw away the key.
Because you owe your partner the fucking, justice. I don't even know what you call it. You owe your partner, keep it in. You did that fucked up shit. You don't deserve the right to get it out of your system. It's almost like you need to live with that every night. You should live on the edge, scared that maybe one day she's going to find out. And I guess I'm just assuming it's a man and a woman, but I understand women cheat on men too. You should live with that. Feel like shit about it, take it to bed every night, live on the edge, be uncomfortable about it. And your partner should not find out, because they're not going to be okay if they find out. They're going to be mad, and let them, give them some, you're the one that did something wrong. I think that if you tell them about it, they're going to be so, it's going to destroy a part of them that if they don't need it destroyed, don't let them have, it should destroy you, not them. That's what I'm saying.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All of
so
this,
in this situation, all of this could be solved by just not cheating.
So there's that,
Yeah. And you know what? If you are a person that knows you can't be monogamous, if you're a person that knows that you need to have certain sexual experiences, I feel like the good thing, these days, there's so many places you can meet someone who will be on the same page as you about that. You can just be honest about that and find someone else who will be okay with that arrangement.
It's a big world out there, and if your needs aren't being met, better to go find someone who that works with, that syncs with, that those needs can be met, and that you can meet someone else's needs, no matter how crazy they might seem, versus just fucking cheating on someone and basically living a lie.
Yeah.
I agree. I think if you want to fuck a bunch of people and be in a relationship, there's a lot of people on this earth who are down for that. You just got to find them.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be with someone who's not down with that. Right.
However, unpopular opinion, or maybe popular, I don't know. I think a happy medium. I think if you are a person who really wants to cheat, just, because you can't take it, I don't know, it's like it's just a sexual thing. I think the right thing to do in that situation
is do porn.
Yeah, I was going to say pay for it, like get an escort, a sex worker, support the community of sex workers. Support sex workers, put money in their pocket. I think, and I mean, I don't think getting an escort is cheating. I think that's like almost close to masturbating-ish. I mean, I get it. I don't think it's cheating. I mean, I get it. I know.
We define cheating as breaking an agreement.
You're right. And I guess if that's an agreement, I guess you're right.
A different kind.
Right. I think that's, if you're a person and you just know you're going to, maybe take the edge off with a sex worker instead of your secretary, or a person.
That's a good point.
A person that's going to be in your circle of friends, a person that you're going to run into, a person that, I don't know, whatever. But
have you ever been cheated on, Brian?
Yep.
It sucks.
What was the agreement that you had that was broken?
Yeah, it's just,
the agreement was don't cheat on me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Have you been cheated on?
Yeah, I have actually, and it's not cool.
It's not cool.
I think overall we can say all these different ways where it's less offensive, but the bottom line is just fucking be honest with your partner. And if you have a desire and you feel that you can't express that to your partner and vice versa, then maybe you need to actually look deeper into your relationship dynamic, because if you're truly there for each other in every way and truly want, everything for your partner, then you should be at least open enough to have a conversation like, hey, we've been together a long time. I want something to spice things up, or I want something new, or I want, and that's a conversation that can be had. But to just go and sneakily do it is just not cool,
Yeah.
Not to sound like such a fucking dad about it, but,
Yeah. No, I've been.
And as someone who's been cheated on, I know how it feels. And so it's like, wow, I would never want to make someone else feel like that. And fortunately for me, that all happened when I was young, and it's just cool, no big deal. But it taught me actually, and it was actually good. I got cheated on in a younger relationship. And so by the time I was like in a band on tour, I even though I was like hooking up with people and stuff, I was single. I would make it a point to not be in a relationship if I wanted to go fuck a bunch of people or hook up, because I just knew that feeling. I was like, I don't want to make someone else feel this way. So I'd rather, I've actually ended relationships, like broke up with people because I wanted to go off and hook up, but I would never cheat. I would just say, hey, look, this is not happening right now for me. And so I'd rather be like an asshole in the short term right off the gate like that than be a huge asshole 5 years later in a relationship in life and been, like a fucking cheater. It just, to me, it never added up.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I've been cheated on. I have been the other woman, kind of.
Kind of? How many stories do you want to tell, Joanna?
Okay, I'll tell one.
How many stories
I'll only tell a quick story, and then we'll do a haiku.
You've been the mistress.
Ish.
The woman on the side.
Kind of. Okay, and I'm going to say kind of because... Okay, when I was single, okay, there was a person I knew.
Yeah, we're not going to name names.
No, we're not going to name names. There was a person I knew who I knew just, got out of a relationship because he was caught cheating, which, I knew he wasn't a good guy or anything, but I was, just wanted to have sex. I was not looking for anything, so I just thought it was like, okay, and it was like a person I had like some sexual tension with before, and he was with someone, and I don't know, whatever it was. I knew that his relationship just ended because he got caught cheating. So we hung out and then we had sex. I was under the impression we were two single people just having a fun night.
Well, sounds like you were. You said he got out of the relationship.
Yes, I did not know until like the next day that he was dating the girl. I guess he got caught cheating.
So he
with.
Didn't get out of the relationship.
No.
I'm very confused.
He was dating someone. Okay, he was dating someone. He got caught cheating with someone else. Okay.
Oh, other girl. There's three.
I guess there's three. Yeah, he got caught cheating with someone else. I met him and I thought he was just like single person. So I fucked up. I'm single now, you know, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you know, and so we hung out, had fun. And I actually remember the next morning he said something about the other woman, you know, and then I was like, wait, are you guys like together? And he was like, oh, yeah.
So he cheated on girl number one with girl number two, and then cheated on girl number two with you.
Yeah, and so and then I guess I hung out with him a couple more times, you know. But whatever, the two of them met were a couple of sin, and maybe she deserved it, you know. Maybe she deserved it. She deserved it, and you know. So I hung out with him like a couple times while he was in a relationship with her. But, you know, that was not a proper relationship. Anyway, but then we stopped hanging out, so whatever. But it was like a few times, and I was like, you know. But yes, I guess a cheater continues to cheat. I guess that's the moral of the story. So he cheated on one person with another person, and then cheated on that person. And I'm sure there were many more after me. I'm just guessing. I don't really know. We didn't stay in touch, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The woman on the side.
The woman on the side.
The woman always a bridesmaid and never a bride. Except with me.
You know, so whatever. I'm sneaking around and, you know.
You're so crazy, Joanna. You're so wild.
Well, you know, I entered that into that situation with good intentions.
Which were?
Which were to fuck a scumbag who, I guess, just cheated on them. Maybe it wasn't
great intent. Yeah,
they weren't good
you sure did.
Okay, I went in with I went in
Keep
thinking.
Talking. Keep it coming.
I went in thinking we were two single people doing something.
Got you.
Together. I did not know. I did not know he was in another relationship.
Got you.
I did know.
But you've been with men that you did.
No, that was the only time.
You are such a liar. We're not even going to tell stories, but
what? No, that was literally the only time.
You've never been with a married man knowing he was married.
He was not married, first of all.
You're not
and that was
my question.
I never have. No. I never have.
Okay, maybe I'm misremembering some stories wrong.
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Move on. Let's move on from this.
I would never do that. I have never done that.
Got it.
I mean, okay. Anyway.
Let's move on, Joanna.
I really never have. Now you're making me second guess myself.
You have told me some stories that directly conflict with that.
No.
So that's all.
Married? Stop it. Stop.
You have had
There's no one.
with.
We are not. Stop.
See,
stop. Stop. Stop it.
Let's change the subject.
Yeah. I don't like this.
You led us down this road.
I told a story and it was over. You didn't have to bring up anything else.
Thought we were being real here.
God.
Thought we were being authentic.
All right. Anyway, let's make a haiku.
Miss Cocaine, Miss fucking woman on the side.
Everyone's going to be like, wow, Joanna's an I never did that. Okay. Anyway. Whew. Let's do a haiku.
Yeah.
About today's episode.
About this freaky episode.
Yeah.
Where you've gotten some very stellar
We got some
advice.
great questions. Okay.
What's a haiku, Joanna?
A haiku is a poem that has 5 syllables, and then 7 syllables, and then 5 syllables.
Got it. Okay, freaky fun. Here, you go next. You got the 7.
Okay. Everyone. Okay, and that kind of sucking dick with sucking dick with everyone.
Sucking dick with everyone.
Oh my God, this one rhymes.
Freaky fun. Sucking dick with everyone. Cocaine in bathroom. That's 5. Cocaine in bathroom. Yep. Freaky, freaky fun. Having or sucking dick with everyone. Cocaine in bathroom.
Cocaine in bathroom. That's really beautiful. Brian, I think we should put our haikus on Twitter, right? I think that they belong there, right? On our Twitter. What is our Twitter? We have a Twitter. Oh my
Just
God.
the Tips Pod.
Just the Tips Pod. Yeah. Okay. So I think every time, because these haikus need to like live somewhere.
So make sure you follow us on Twitter. The show, I mean, I'm sure you're already following.
Yeah, I mean, we have like
Twitters.
40 followers right now. So
what's your individual Twitter, Joanna?
My individual Twitter is just at Joanna Angel. It's a verified account. Please do not follow any like imposter or something. And my Instagram is also at Joanna Angel. My TikTok is Joanna Angel X.
And you can find me on Twitter at @thesmallhands_. Same thing on Instagram at @thesmallhands_. And you can follow the show at Just the Tips Pod on Twitter. And hell yeah. Come for the haikus, stay for the wacky advice.
Yeah. And honestly, guys, don't do cocaine.